War Room Sports, www.warroomsports.com. What? Ain't no more to it.
Welcome, everybody, to A Few Good Minutes in the War Room, brought to you by War Room Sports. My name is Jimmy, of course, at JW The Blueprint on Twitter, and I'm joined by my comrades B. Austin of War Room Sports, and also Kill, a.k.a. Doc Bay of War Room Sports. We want to spend a few minutes to talk about this Heisman Trophy ceremony that's going on this evening. Just to give you a list of the candidates for the Heisman, we have Johnny Manziel from A&M, a.k.a. Johnny Football, of course. Manti Te'o of Notre Dame. We have Colin Klein, a.k.a. Optimus Klein of K-State. We have Marquise Lee of USC and Braxton Miller of Ohio State as the candidates. But let's talk about the favorites. Everybody knows who the favorites are. That being Colin Klein, Manziel, and Te'o. But I'll start with you, B. Austin. Give me your opinion of who do you think will win the Heisman and why?
I actually have Johnny Manziel winning the Heisman just based on the level of competition and what he's done throughout the course of the season. Even his last game against Missouri, you know, his passer rating hovers around 155 to 160 in all of his games. Low picks, high TDs. I mean, the guy has 24 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and completes almost 70% of his passes. He's also a dual threat with over 1,100 yards rushing. He's just a complete player, and it translates to what we're seeing as a trend in the NFL with Cam Newton and Robert Griffin III. So I think Johnny Manziel kind of falls in line with what we are seeing with the quarterback position and what we've seen in recent Heisman winners. So I got Johnny Manziel winning. Shout out to Manti Te'o as well. Manti Te'o. I'm rooting for him. I'm pulling for him because I want to see a defensive player get it. But I think that at this point, Johnny Football has it tied up.
Yeah, absolutely. Doc Bay, give me your opinion on who do you think will win and why?
Uh, as B. Austin alluded to, I think Johnny Manziel will win. Basically because one, Texas A&M, this is their first year playing in the SEC, and after leaving the Big 12, people said, "Oh, A&M is going to do horrible in the SEC. They're not going to, be any competition." And for them to go and beat Alabama and give Alabama their only loss this year and be led by a redshirt freshman quarterback is amazing. Now, what's interesting is, and I'm going to pull up a card that most people aren't going to talk about when we have the race card. What you see in Johnny Manziel is a white quarterback in the form of a Tebow that rushed for almost 1,200 yards. Now, his passing is that much better than Tebow, but normally you'll see the minority quarterbacks running for 1,000+ yards. So Johnny Manziel is starting to start a new trend for a quarterback that's accurate with 68%, 3,500 yards, and been able to run and be elusive with 1,200 yards rushing. And let's skip Manti Te'o for a second and jump to Colin Klein. Colin Klein is not too shabby in that department either at 6'5", 226, another Anglo-Saxon quarterback, passed for 2,500 yards, rushed for 900 yards, and he's a senior. Now, let's get to Manti Te'o. He's tied for first or second in the nation in interceptions with 7, and he continues a long line of Samoan football players or football players with Samoan descent that are making it into the NFL. I mean, I expect he'll be a first round pick in the NFL. So I would say Johnny Manziel first. I say Manti Te'o will probably come in second. Colin Klein will come in third. But whatever team drafts Colin Klein, they're going to get a big, strong, mobile quarterback that can stand in a pocket, pick up first downs and possibly win you some games. Now with Johnny Football, he's 6'1", 200, about the size, a little bit bigger than Drew Brees. So I expect him in the next year or two to improve on his accuracy and then be a great pro.
Yeah, all great points, Doc Bay. I fall along the lines of B. Austin. I think that Johnny Football will win and get ready for his story and the marketing of him over these next couple of years because you mentioned he is a freshman. I'm actually rooting for Manti Te'o. Not that I think he should win because Johnny Football stats are out of this world, and like you said, their level of competition was stepped up a level. but I want to see defensive players actually get a chance in the Heisman Trophy. Now, I know some people say they have their own awards, the Buckus Award and such, but everybody knows that the Heisman is the award in terms of an individual award in college football. And not only college football, but even in professional football. The MVP never goes to a defensive player. So I'm actually rooting for him because I want defensive players to start to be recognized as being the most valuable players in their sport because, in my opinion, they don't get looked at that way. So,
the cliche is defense wins championships, so FOH to the offense.
Yeah, but offense sells tickets, and, that's what these awards go to. So there you have it. We all think that Johnny Football will walk away with the award. The thing about it is this is tonight, so we'll soon see how right we are. This has been a few good minutes in the war room, but if you want to see more of this talk, you can always tune into our podcast, which is every Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. right at warroomsports.com and click listen live, or you can listen by phone at 323-410-0012. And like I said, our podcast is every Thursday. With that being said, until next time, everybody, don't accept mediocrity and be steadfast in the war against ignorance. We out of here.
Peace.
Wait, it's the war room with 5 nights at the round table. 5 Philly guys, the first of